Hey everybody, I wanted to jump on here to talk about something that might help you find what your next purpose in life will be. And before jumping into it, I wanted to share a quote that really resonates with me and I think is appropriate for what we're going to talk about. So it's a quote from Steve Jobs. He was the visionary CEO of Apple from 1997 to 2011. And this is one of my favorite quotes from him. So he says, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in the future." And so for those of you who've gone through like a breakup or even a divorce, we all have this panic to try to figure everything out and plan for our life ahead of us. And that always leaves me anyways stuck in analysis paralysis. But sometimes it's actually taking action and taking steps forward that will help you learn what your new purpose will be in this life. And up until yesterday, I thought purpose meant, oh, it's a new career, new job, even a new role that you'll play in society. But I want to share with you an eye-opening moment that I got yesterday. So I'm part of a digital online community of men who are building their own businesses. And in one of the discussions that we had, I was just sharing that I was having some issues and some challenges with the creative process. And through the discussion, I discovered that I wasn't able to define who I was for myself. Like my coach was like, so who is Roland? Who are you? And I had a very hard time trying to answer that. And so one of my colleagues in this cohort, his name is Daniel, and thank you, Daniel, for the inspiration for this video today. He asked me a question that caught me off guard, and he goes, "Roland, have you ever gone skinny dipping?" And me and my coach were like, "What do you mean?" And so, in the context of like finding yourself, like he explained, well, think about it as, what your comfort zone is. And, for a lot of us, we've taken steps to grow ourselves, develop ourselves. I've been on this personal development journey for 5 years, and I thought I knew myself. But encountering this question, like he explained, well, you've come this far, but, the fact that you haven't gone skinny dipping may mean that you need to explore more about not just where your line starts, but like how far this line goes. And, it's not just about going skinny dipping, but it really made me think about, well, what are some of the things, what are some of the fears or some of the areas outside of my comfort zone that I haven't discovered yet. And so just even the exercise of going skinny dipping just made me realize, like, what am I scared of to just expose my body to nature? I mean, I'm not going to go and do it out in public. That's obviously inappropriate, but what is really scaring me to do that? And it made me think, what are some other things that I'm scared to do right now that maybe is a false fear that I just have in my head that I just need to overcome and get past this and extend this boundary in my comfort zone. And so that made me really reflect on, like, the importance of just trying new things. Like, up until this point, I've had to explore so many different areas of my life in terms of my physical health, mental health. That's where I found spirituality, and had to try so many different things to be able to get to this point where I finally feel confident about my body. I finally feel happy and fulfilled. I feel that I have the strength to go on. But just that discussion yesterday made me realize, well, there's still a lot more work to be done. And what if this is my new purpose in this phase of our life? And so, it was such a profound experience and discussion that we had, and it actually resulted now, this is something I have to do, in challenging myself and doing something scary over the next a week until we meet again. And so, those things are, I need to go skinny dipping if I can, so I need to find a place to give it a try. But one thing I did commit to is approaching women, 2 women a day until the next time that we meet. And to be perfectly honest, one day has passed. I approached 1 woman, but I kind of knew already. It's not really part of the challenge, but this is something that is gonna push me out of my comfort zone and learn a little bit more about myself. And again, like from what I mentioned at the very beginning about this quote around dots, Like sometimes these are the dots in our life that we don't know are there and we don't know how to connect them until we actually take action and move forward. So you have to do something that scares you. So if this resonates with you, I'll share with you. The only way that you're going to find your purpose in life is by taking action. So that involves taking risks, being willing to fail, and also staying open to opportunities. Again, my whole journey from 5 years ago after I went through my divorce, I had to learn through many mistakes that I made, whether that be learning how to properly put together a fitness program for myself, or even learning how to properly put together a plan to ensure that my mental health is intact and that I'm doing the things necessary to stay healthy in that area of my life. It took a lot of trial and error. And if anything, just know that if you're on this path, you're already doing the things necessary to redefine your purpose in this next chapter of your life. But ultimately, you won't be able to figure it out until you actually start living your life. So right now, this is, my purpose is learning a little bit more about myself on top of all of my responsibilities of being a single parent and going to work and all that kind of stuff. But it's really excited me about this next journey that I'm going to be embarking on. And so with that, because I started with a quote, I also want to finish with a quote. And this is also one of my favorite quotes from Kobe Bryant. If you're not familiar with Kobe Bryant, he's one of the greatest NBA players of all time. He won 5 NBA championships, and he was known as the Black Mamba because he has what's called Mamba mentality. So when I read this quote, this will make sense. So one of the last things that he shared before he passed away in his accident, rest in peace. He said, "Those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you stay up late and work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream. That's the dream. It's not the destination, it's the journey." And this is coming from someone who was known to be the first one and the last one at the gym, who would not drink, who would practice, who preached that hard work would outweigh talent any given day. And he was a perfect example of that, to the point where like his very last game that he played, he scored 60 points and he went out with a bang to finish his career. I encourage you, if you haven't seen that, check out Kobe Bryant's last NBA game. And this guy was just like on fire. And it was so inspiring to see. So he's saying, and this really resonates with me, it's not about the destination, right? You'll always reach a higher point, but I think when you're thinking about purpose in life, it's really embracing the journey that is taking you to your goal, because that in essence is what you will reflect on and where the memories will come from. You'll be able to start connecting the dots and to see that everything actually unfolded in the way that it needed to be, even up until this point, and will continue to do so. And that there is like some sort of divine order, divine timing for everything, and that you are absolutely capable of doing what's necessary when the time comes. So continue to take action, take risks, be open to failures, and also be open to opportunities, because as you move forward, you will start to see opportunities that you never saw before. But in order for you to get there, you have to start taking action and living your life. So I hope this resonates with you and finds you at the right time. I'd love to hear your comments on, what your purpose is at this time and how you found it. But otherwise, thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.